I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call. Here. 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 Any conflicts to declare? Item 4, approval of minutes of the meeting of May 29th and June 5th, 2014.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item A, bid opening, 2nd District Local Street Lighting Improvement Project, Hanover Street, 200 block, Magnolia Avenue, 47, 48, 4900 blocks, Beach Avenue, 4800 and 4900 blocks, and Linden Avenue, 47, 48, and 4900 blocks.
We've received 4 bids. First bid is from Hawk Enterprises Incorporated, 1850 East North Street, Crown Point, Indiana. They have their bid bond. They have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. And they have their Form 96, and their bid is $270,962.20. The next bid is from Midwestern Electric. There's the address on the front. They have their bid bond. They have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. And they have their Form 96. Their bid is $271,902.75. Next bid is from Martel Electric, LLC, 4601 Cleveland Road, South Bend. Their Form 96, they have their bid bond, they have their non-inclusion affidavit. Their bid is $287,465.50. Final bid is from TGB Unlimited. They don't have their address on there. We have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. They have their bid bond. Form 96 and their non-inclusion affidavit and their bid bond. Their bid is $249,417. I'd like to make a motion, these be referred to the consultant engineer for tabulation and recommendation.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item B, Indiana Department of Transportation Local Public Agency Project Coordination Contract and the Marquette Greenway Project, number 1382659, submitted for approval.
This is the city-state agreement for, let me say that one. Oh, the
Marquette
Greenway.
Greenway.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we approve that agreement.
There's a motion?
Second.
All those in favor? Ayes have it. Item C, change order number 13 for the Indianapolis Boulevard project, submitted for approval.
This is change order that affects, I think, some water main work out there. Yeah, it's repair of a broken water main. It's $4,032. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the change order.
Motion second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item D, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty requesting permission for the Marian pilgrimage to be escorted through the city Saturday, August 9th, 2014, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Approvals for block parties, one denial of a block party, and disposal authorization submitted for approval.
Make a motion that we approve all of Chief Doty's requests.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item E, request for advertising dates of July 10th and July 17th with a proposed opening date of July 31st, 2014 for legal notice, request for proposals to lease and or purchase real estate and instructions to bidder.
Chris, you know about this?
Mr. President, that one is tied into, this is all about the Country Street property. This has to do with the release, and it also has to do with the deed. Are they all together?
Yes.
Okay. This is what's going to happen in the order it's going to happen. The deed is going to be transferred to the city. The city is going to identify the person making the transfer, and then the request for bids are going to occur for the use of the property now that it's been transferred. However, I don't think we've gotten a legal description of the property yet, which is one of the problems.
Do we want to defer action on this and not advertise it yet?
I'd like to get the dates for it because I'm expecting to get the legal description today. I just haven't gotten it yet. I didn't bring my phone.
So you want it contingent on the,
Correct, correct. I would like the approval contingent upon the receipt of the proper legal description for Brian Toland, our city.
So I'd like to make a motion that we set the advertising dates and the bid opening date subject to all documentation being in order prior to the first advertisement.
Second.
motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Could I ask what those dates are going to be? It's going to be for the 10th and the 17th?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, 10th and the 17th.
Can we make the publishing cutoff for that, for holiday? Okay, just want to double check.
Item F, correspondence received from the Sadie Law Group, PC, requesting a continuance of the hearing for the revocation of the business license for Star Foods. Someone here from the Sadie Law Group, or Chris?
Mr. President, what that is a search warrant was executed at Star Foods, and for the second time in many years, a large quantity of the synthetic marijuana was found. The police department is attempting to seek criminal charges from the county prosecutor's office. However, they're waiting for IST to perform an analysis on the substance. The lab is backed up months. So in the meantime, the attorney representing the owner of Star Foods requested a continuance. It's not really detrimental to the city because we are all sort of waiting for the lab results from IST as well. He's requested the 24th, that'll be fine.
24th of this month.
Correct.
So moved.
Motion? There's motion?
So moved. Oh, second. Oh, you already said it.
All those in favor? Ayes have it. Item G, correspondence received from Attorney E. Eric Neff regarding the appeal of revocation of license for Kraz Construction.
Mr. President, the Building Contractors Board revoked the business license of Craft Construction based on a roof job that was performed. Mr. Neff is appealing that denial of the license or the revocation of the license to the Hammond Common Council. I'm not sure what the Board of Works even has to do with it. The Hammond Common Council is, per our ordinance, the person to whom an appeal is
So you're
made.
saying we shouldn't be, this item should.
I'm just saying, I don't even know, what does the correspondence say? I don't know if it's just letting you know he's appealing to the council. But the Board of Works doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Bias for the appeal, the homeowner has been compensated, pacified regarding his allegations that form the bias of the building contractor board decision. In addition, Kras Construction denies the allegations contained in the tax exhibit A.
Would you like to look at this, Chris?
So that's fine, it's going to be on the Hammond Common Council agenda for the 14th, I believe, and I suppose we should just take no action.
Make a motion, we take no action.
Motion? There is a motion.
Second.
And a second. All those in favor? All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item H, City of Hammond Street and Park Departments and Teamsters Union Local Number 142 agreement submitted for approval.
Mr. President, I would just ask that you approve that agreement.
Make a motion that we approve the agreement.
There's a motion? There's a motion.
Second.
And a second. All those in favor? Ayes have it. Item I, notice of violation of property located at 4919 Oak Avenue.
Everybody here from 4919 Oak?
All right, what we have here is a illegal 3-unit, should be a single-family home. Now, I wasn't actually in the home. Kelly and Jim put up a stop work order there, got inside to take pictures of what they were doing, and found an additional 2 units in a single-family home. We have permits in 1992 to re-roof a single-family home, 210 to reconnect a single-family home electric service, and then 2013 to upgrade electric service for a single-family home. However, when we got in there, there was 3 units.
Bank hired a contractor, the bank did, come in and do repairs in the basement, basically just drywall with electric. Standard situation with a 6'6" ceiling, and, nothing complying with codes for multi-unit.
You guys are asking for the removal of how many units?
2, basement and second floor.
Turned into a single-family home.
The bank has no, the bank hasn't said okay?
The only contact we've had is with the contractor.
I mean, it's Chase Bank out of Columbus, Ohio. I don't know that, you know.
Yeah,
And it's pretty typical that they're not gonna come. If you hire a contractor, the situation's in front of Judge Harden.
So is the contractor gonna do what you guys?
no, they weren't licensed or bonded or insured with the city, so we have them in court with Judge Harden right now. But we've had no contact with the bank other than sending them, and I didn't get any,
I can't affirm, we can't affirm the order. I mean, nobody's gonna do the work. Until later.
well, if we get it affirmed, we can get it recorded on that property.
Okay,
Did you show them pictures?
yeah, I got it.
They got them, yeah, they have everything.
The other information that you have, they should have a copy of everything?
Yeah, yeah.
So if we affirm it, then you guys got affirmed, and that house can't be done, nothing else can be done.
Yeah, no permits are gonna be able to be pulled unless it's to convert it back to a single-family home.
I'll make a motion that we affirm the findings.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Rental registration hearing on property located at 4815 Chestnut Avenue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, first I want to apologize. We didn't pay the permit because we didn't receive a notice, and I know we get so used to reminding us. The only reason we remember is because my niece called me because it happened to her too. So, and right now I'm appealing because my husband hasn't been working that much. He works in construction, and I wish this is not going to happen again.
Make a motion that we waive the late fee, but you must register the unit at $80 within the next 30 days.
Is this a single unit?
It's a single. It's actually vacant right now, but
I'll second the motion.
Motion and a second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Have a good morning.
30 days. Run a registration hearing on property located at 7231 McLaughlin Avenue.
Mr. President, the information I do have on this one is that there was a previous appeal before the Board of Public Works in 2011 for not registering in 2010. However, she has paid 11, 12, and 13.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. No, I just forgot pay my bill. And I don't know, I'm 92 years old, and I don't receive the bill, and I'm just forgot it. Yeah, otherwise, when I have a bill, I put it in the table, then I remember.
Okay.
When I went to pay it, when she told me I'm too late, that's all, I mean,
Okay, is it just a single-family home? Just
yeah.
I'll make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at $80 within the next.
Second. Motion and a second, all
I-
those in favor?
I can,
Thank you, ma'am. 30 days,
You
pay
can-
the $80.
I have to pay $30, I mean $80 for 30 days, or I can...
You can
or-
wait till after the meeting and pay it today if you'd like.
Or after the meeting?
If you want to wait until afterwards,
Yeah.
the paperwork and you do it, or you can,
Yeah.
they'll send you something in the mail, but you got 30 days to do it.
Oh, okay, then after the meeting, I can go pay it.
After
yeah.
the meeting, yeah, you can
Yeah.
get the paperwork from the.
Yeah,
the
oh,
lady
okay,
here.
thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Item L, rental registration hearing on property located at 2948 Gibson Place.
Mr. President.
Good morning.
My information is that you registered in 12 and 13, one unit each, and the owner lives in one unit.
Just to let you guys know that I'm new to this. This is only my third time paying. I've been living at my property for 20 years now and never knew I had to do it until I got a call or a letter from the city saying they were going to inspect the property. I'm like, sure, fine, come on ahead. Then I asked them, I said, I've been at that time I was there for 17 years. I'm like, when did all this start? I guess they said that the backup's been so far back that they had finally got to me. And so this is my third time paying, and I could have swore before that I received notices. And the only notice I remember seeing was in the water bill. So I don't know if this
That
was...
was after the 15th, so
So, Chris, you said the previous were already the two.
That is correct, Mr.
I'll make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at $80 within the next 30 days.
30 days.
Thank you very much.
Or you can wait till after the meeting and do it today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you, sir. Run a registration hearing on property located at 2736 New York Avenue.
Morning. Morning. I'm pretty much in the same boat. I think I left this up to my husband to do, and we didn't get the reminder because I guess it comes in the water bill now, and we don't receive the water bill. So I do apologize.
Mr. President, my information is that she went to the Board of Public Works in 2011 for not registering in 2010, but has paid everything every year since.
I'll make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at $80 within the next 30 days.
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes.
Thank you.
Ma'am. Run a registration hearing on property located at 6712 Marshall Avenue.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I quit my job last year to enroll in school for full-time, and it's a full-time program, it's occupational therapy, so it pretty much consumes all my day. And when I went to go register for the property, it was too late, so then I was sent to here, and I had all my paperwork up to date up until this time. And so I just moved in with my parents because I had to quit my job, and like I said, so it's been kind of hard to do stuff.
Is the property rented right now?
Yes, and I don't make any profit. I brought my, my mortgage and the check that they pay me monthly, so I don't make any profits. It's just that they do this to help me out. That's pretty much it.
I'll make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $80 within the next 30 days.
30 days now. Second.
Yeah, and then the other thing, like I have never received a notice either in the mail, and I do provide my mailing address where I live with my parents, so I can get a notice, in the year when to register.
Well, all I can tell you is that try to remember tax day, April 15th.
April 15th deadline every
Okay.
year.
Before April 15th.
So then too, so the notice comes in the water bill now? In the water?
Not always, that was a first-time experiment, but what you need to remember is April 15th, there's a notice day. If you don't get a notice, it doesn't mean that you,
Right.
it doesn't need to be
Right.
registered, so.
Okay,
The motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
thank you.
Thank you. Item O, rental registration hearing on property located at 4846 Chestnut Avenue.
Mr. President, my information is that they paid 2011 to 2013 on time.
I just forgot.
Make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $80 within the next 30
This
days.
is a single unit, right?
Yes, thank you.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Rental registration hearing on properties located 421 Florence, 7619 Howard, 2907 Kenwood, 7546 Jarneke, 2917 165th, 6850 Arizona Avenue.
Good morning.
Yes,
Just, I forgot, I've always paid on time, but I don't pay the water bills, so they're all single-family houses. I have all the paperwork here.
Mr. President, my information is they were before the Board of Works in 2011 for the 2010 rental registration, but has paid on time 11 through 13.
Thank you.
How many total units is this?
6 houses.
6 houses, or is it,
No, 6 individual houses.
none of them are duplexes?
No.
3 units or
No.
Single family.
I'll make a motion that we waive the late fee, but every unit has to be registered at $80, so.
That's fine.
100 and-
I'll second.
Okay, thank
Motion
you.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. 30 days, sir. Item Q, rental registration hearing on property located at 7331 Jackson Avenue. Anyone here from 7331 Jackson?
Chris?
Here it is, 7631 Jackson, sorry. if I don't work. All right, Mr. President, it says that they paid 2014. Owned property since 5/16/08. William Targos is tenant there since 1986. Current tenant has the same last name as the owners. It just says paid 2014. I suppose no action is necessary.
Dismiss it?
Yeah, just no
Can
action.
we dismiss?
Yeah, that's fine.
Motion?
Motion to dismiss? Second.
Second, all in favor? Ayes have it. Item R, rental registration hearing on property located at 6713 California Avenue.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
Mr. President, my information is that they paid in 2012, 2013. The property was purchased by this owner in 4/11/12.
Here's a canceled check from January 20th.
No, sir, that's the check I sent. They lost the check. They never, the bank never cleared, so I was waiting for them to clear the check. It never cleared, and then I got this notice that it was late, so then I had to come here and,
But you still haven't received the check back?
I never got the check back, and I know, if my memory serves me correct, isn't that law now not in effect come June 1st of this year, that they're not going to do
The
that?
laws take effect July 1st. and-
July 1st, right.
But the registration was due on April.
Right, I understand that. So
That will
what?
be next year.
So yeah, I was going to say, what happens next year now?
Well, the new law next year, so, unless something changes.
Okay.
I
I mean, I'm gonna pay it again.
just, okay.
I can't say who lost the check, but went through our officers and controllers.
But I still need a permit for the door.
What happened was the check was never cashed,
Right.
and he still has, even though he won't receive his check back, we're still gonna have to have.
I'm gonna pay it, I just
Make
need
a
the
motion
sticker.
that we waive the late fee and the unit must be registered at the $80.
Okay.
Within the next-
And where do I do that at?
You can wait till after the meeting, get the paperwork from here, and then go downstairs and pay it.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
What is the fee gonna be for next year? Do you know?
And then the outcome of litigation, $5 at this point,
Okay, all right, thanks.
$80 at this point.
Right, okay.
You'll need your insurance information also.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item S, on a registration hearing on property located at 7133 Schneider Avenue. Anyone here from 7130? Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, this is my second year being a resident here. I think last year I paid for it. I didn't know I had to pay it. However, this year I didn't receive any notice until I got my water bill. Honestly, I didn't know it was every year.
Make a motion that we waive the late fee, the $80 must be paid within the next 30 days.
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
Rental registration hearing on property located at 233 169. 233 169?
Right, just, I don't know if it's here.
Hear none, see none.
Okay, Mr. President, what I do have is that they paid in 2011 through 2013, and they previously appealed to the Board of Works in 2010. I don't know why the other person's not here.
If the power's still on Cherry Street, that could be a reason. They live on
I
Cherry.
have no power.
I'll make a motion that we waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the
Motion? Second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item U, rental registration hearing on property owned by Saxony Townhouses LP. Morning.
Good morning. The next two things on the docket are owned by the same company, Hammond Housing Authority.
Correct.
I work with Herman Kittle Properties, the managing agent for those properties. The fees historically, we've always paid on time. This year, of course, like the previous gentleman had mentioned, House Bill 1403 kind of gave us some uncertainty as to proration schedule possibility for 14 or any type of retroactive action. And so we looked to that for guidance on what the fees would be. Naturally, these properties don't generate a bunch of money. They're tax credit properties, and so we try to use the limited resources as efficiently as possible at all times. So that was the difference this year. But once there was never an intention to not pay by any means. Once we realized that there was no guidance on proration schedules or anything like that, I worked as quickly as I could to get the checks expedited to the city. We did try to make those payments on May 15th, and of course they were not accepted at that time. So with the fees, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just have a question, Mr. President. The new law, of course, doesn't take effect until July 1st. Was there any efforts made to pay prior to April 15th? Did you place money in the escrow of the clerk's office for the amount you believe to be appropriate?
We did not. We were looking at guidance, if possible, from 1403.
Contacted the city to inquire as to what would be the proper
We did not.
amount to pay?
We did not.
I mean, Mr. President, this is a business. They get paid to do this very job. They didn't contact anybody in the city. They didn't indicate there was a dispute. They didn't put money in escrow saying, well, this is how much we think we need to pay. We're going to put this in escrow, and if it's decided later that there's a problem, then we'll take it from there. And right now, they're in collections with the city's collection firm for not paying this amount, significant amount. This is the business they're in. This isn't just a homeowner who forgot.
This is part of Hammond Housing. You do
Correct.
realize that.
They are the managers for Hammond Housing.
Still part of Hammond Housing.
I spoke to Carmen earlier about it. So how many properties are at Saxony that aren't registered?
It's a total between the two, sort of 148 units. It's 68 at Saxony Townhomes and 80 for Golden Manor Apartments.
Well, like I said, I spoke to Carmen this morning, so we're going to waive the late fee, but you got to register every unit at $80.
I have the checks with me today, if it please.
Me and Linda will get you the.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And just for the record, this is actually Townhomes and Golden Manor LP.
So, yeah, we did.
U and V, both items.
Make a motion.
Motion?
for both.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you.
Thank
sir.
you, gentlemen, appreciate it.
Today.
Yes, we will do.
Correspondence received requesting hearings on rental registrations.
Motion that we set these for August 7th.
The motion, I'm sorry. Motion, second, all those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Item Y, correspondence received requesting permission to hold a block party on the 1200 block of Sherman Street on July 12, 2014, from noon to 8:30 p.m., and on 118th Street on July 4th, 2014, from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m., both with street closures.
Make a motion that we send them to Chief Doty. Hope he gets time to get to the one on 118th today. Tomorrow.
I'll second the motion.
Excuse me. Motion second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item B, license agreement with Witham Sales and Service Incorporated, 7452 Indianapolis Boulevard for groundwater testing.
Yeah. This is for groundwater monitoring. These are real common where gas stations are located. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agreement.
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item AA, correspondence received from EN Engineering LLC requesting lane closure on Calumet Avenue for installation of steel gas main beginning July 14th.
This is the NIPSCO project that's taking effect on Calumet Avenue. This is the Hammond portion of the street north of Indianapolis Boulevard. I spoke to the engineer yesterday. I'd like to make a motion that we approve their lane closure.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor? Ayes have it. Item BB, garage sale permit submitted for approval.
Motion that we approve all of them.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item 6, matters from board members.
I've got two matters. First one is we've had now for the second time within about 3 weeks, we've had flooding on Tennessee Avenue caused by Klein Avenue runoff. I'd like to have the board authorize me and the city attorney to draft a letter to the Indiana Department of Transportation requesting that they clean the ditch line and they improve the berm so that it stops the flooding of homes, especially in the 6600 block of Tennessee.
Second.
Motion and a second. Ayes have it.
The second item is a request for lane closures on 169th Street at California. The water department has to do a hot tap at that location. They anticipate the closure to last from 3 to 5 days. They have a diagram showing the closure plan, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve that closure.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item 7, matters from other department heads or their representatives. Item 8, new business. Councilman Hinojosa.
Sorry about that. I got a letter here dated April 23rd to put some swings at No Name Park, which is on 173rd and Klein Avenue Service Road, right across the street from the Casey Hall there. I already talked, what's that?
I thought that was Chico Park.
Chico Park, right. They might call it Chico Park. But I went to go see Pat Moore already. He signed off on it. I signed off. It's a $59,000. It's under the $75,000. I just maybe make a motion to proceed with it as long as we get the money available and the proper signatures. I think we just need one more signature from the mayor.
Who's going to pay for it? You are?
Yeah, with the 6th district.
Well, we need to approve, transfers to other departments of the councilman's money. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the installation of this based on the transfer of funds from the councilman to the park department.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Second.
Ayes have it. Councilman Hughes?
Good morning. Got a couple of issues. One is on Ames Street. There's a greenhouse. I've sent several letters in requesting that house be demoed. It's been vacant for, huh? It's like I think it's 840. I sent that picture to Mr. Callahan, who's over the inspection department, but I think it doesn't have a direct address on the property, but it's a greenhouse that sits in the middle of two other properties in the 800 block of Ames Street, and it's been vacant for at least 20 years that I know of.
Is there any other greenhouses on that block? Because I'd hate to tear down the wrong one.
Well, you can't miss this one. This is the one that sits in the back, and it has a tree laying over the property.
I would have to check to see if it's on the demolition, Mr. Higgs, Councilman Higgs, requested to be on the demolition list. I imagine pictures have been taken and it should be on some status of that.
Well, my whole thing is that not just today, but in previous times, I've had to personally come and instruct the inspectors on different properties within my district. I would ask that they be expedient and pay attention to those properties that are deplorable within my district so we can get them taken care of.
Demolition will take up to 9 months after title searches.
I'm aware of the process.
Councilman, do you know the owner of the property?
No, I do not. I don't know the owner of any of those properties that need to be demoed within my district. But
Somebody's paying everything?
let me finish saying what I need to say, and then you guys can go into dialogue or conversation. But what I'm saying is that on several occasions, I personally took individuals from within the department and showed them the properties within my district. And this started 2 years ago, and last year I took a young man, I forgot his name, but he works in the department, and showed them all the properties that needed to be demoed. This particular property that I'm talking about is on Ames Street, and it's been vacant for at least 15 to 20 years. It needs to be demoed. Also, 840 Becker, the property, and I just, we're fine-tuning the ordinance so there's a little more flexibility when it comes to trees and other things that are on property so that we can get them taken care of. And that should be passed hopefully the next council meeting. But what I'm saying is that it's very time consuming. I understand there's a process and a procedure when it comes to demos, but when I submit a list, I should get a correspondence as to where we're at in these particular incidents when it relates to abandoned properties that need to be demoed within my district.
If you check your
I got one recently. I'm talking about in previous incidents. That's all I'm saying, okay? All right, thank you. Now, the other thing that I would requested is that I received a letter, and it says, I'm writing you to request a stop sign and playground for children to play on signs on the 2700 block of 163rd Place. There are many children on the block. Cars are often come from Kennedy Avenue driving very fast. I'm afraid that one of the children or another one on the block is going to get hit by a car. Please consider installing a stop sign on 163rd Place in Alexander. As right now there is a two-way stop, but it needs to be a four-way stop. Also, due to the number of children on the block, please install children at play signs. Sincerely, Cynthia Regal, 2705 163rd Place, Hammond, Indiana, 46320. Also, I got a request for additional stop signs on the 3200 block of Wildwood. If we can have Gary do a feasibility study and see if it's necessary. I know there is one.
What 100 block?
3200. Wait, 32 Wildwood is the address. But when I say 3200, because the numbers drop down. They only, and then you're on the state line. So.
Are you going to put together a letter and submit those to us so that we can refer them?
I've submitted that. You can have this letter. I've submitted the other letter as well. And
Well, the stop sign stuff, can you give us those, and we'll give them to Gary Gleason. We'll send them to Public Works.
I will draw up a letter for you, but that's my particular dilemma as it relates to my district. But certainly these properties, and from what I understand, there's going to be additional money given to do demos. So I'm hoping that those that are in deplorable condition are addressed.
Councilman, Cynthia works in planning and development, works for Phil Talon. Are you
Okay.
aware of that?
No.
Okay. I'd like to suggest you also submit, if you want this to be prioritized, to get to Mr. Gleason so that he can do his study or what needs to be done in order to put up the stop signs, I suggest you submit it with a letter if it's,
I can have additional letter drawn up, but certainly I would hope that you would extradite it and in somehow way address it.
We'll send it to Gary Gleason, Public Works Department.
Yeah.
That's what we'll forward it to him.
I appreciate that, and so those are the particular, and also as it relates to Kenwood, we're still waiting for them to complete the design on Kenwood. It sat on the shelf for quite some time. I was hoping to get that project done, and me and Stan have discussed it. So if you can send a letter to them in regards to getting it completed, the design, it would be greatly appreciated. And also there are a large sinkhole on Wildwood in the 1200 block of fields going into that new project that was done on last year. And I seen some kids playing, and I don't want some kid to get hurt. So if you can...
I'd contact Gary Gleason about
That came before us last week, and we sent it over to Gary. Field Street, 1200 Field.
A lot of stuff going on.
You send it to who?
Gary Gleason, Public Works Department.
Gary would not deal with that because that project was just completed. So it's someone...
But we have to give it to him, so he tells people who to fix it.
Okay. All right.
If it's a new street.
I don't know if they would be actually responsible for fixing it because the people that did the project last year should be responsible.
No, Gary will go out and look at it, and then he'll make the phone call to who's supposed to fix it.
But if it's a new project, typically we follow up on it. Down in
Thank you, Stan.
Because it's under
I'm done.
contract and it's probably.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Councilman Higgs. I'll make a suggestion. On demos, if you want to provide additional money to the building department for demos, they'd love to have it. So if you have
I'm sure they will.
money.
But currently, they just applied for a federal grant to get some subsidized funding for these particular projects.
I know federal money is going to be hard to come by. It's going to take time and patience.
But the point is, you want to be expedited, and you put your money up, that will help expedite, believe me.
I'm aware.
And if you want to take action on this,
send it to Gary.
Motion?
Motion is at Gary.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Just clarification of Councilman Higgs, both the properties you talked about were already on the demolition list before Becker was affirmed. The last set of demo hearings, the one on Ames Street, when he sent the letter, Mr. Callahan, did send it to the city attorney. What the councilman would probably want to do is contact law department, and they have a running list that shows everything that's going on, and he can be included in the email chain on that list too, so that he wouldn't have that. We just recently did our 400th demolition in Hammond on single-family homes. We did more demolitions in the 3rd district than almost all the other districts combined.
Wow.
So, it was pretty remarkable. We had a map pinpointing every one of them that showed it down. And if the councilman would ever go to ordinance call Wednesday afternoon or at 4 o'clock or Thursday at 2 o'clock, he'll probably see that the vast majority of ordinance violations for people not maintaining their homes, it's almost like a parade sometimes, are 3rd district people. The people that work for Kelly in that department are very vigilant, and they do their very, very best to protect the interests of that district. And I do think the councilman should take them, shake their hands, and thank them, as opposed to scolding them at a public meeting. Thank you.
If I can address that.
Baldwin.
Certainly, in no form or fashion is anyone trying to scope or point anyone out. What I'm saying is that there are a number of properties that I've shown and submitted letters, and if I need to, I will get every last one of them out of the system from my secretary that have submitted them and give them to you in regards to that. What I'm saying to you is that those properties that are on the list and have been on the list for 2 and 3 years should have been torn down. And in fact, if you want to know the truth of the matter, some of these houses could have probably been rehabbed. So You know, that's questionable too, but I'm not an inspector. All I'm saying is that the properties that I submit, that I know that are deplorable and an eyesore within my district, I'm requesting that they be torn down. Simple.
Thank you. Appreciate your position. Any new business? Any old business?
We did public expression, right?
Not really.
Anything from, anyone from the public wishing to address the board?
Congratulations on your new appointment.
Thank you, Councilman.
Make a motion to
Oh, ma'am?
Good morning. Thank you for your time. I'm here on behalf of my 85-year-old mother, who's been a resident of the city of Hammond all her life and a property owner for 62 years. My mother has a difficult time walking. She has handicap license plates on her car. She has a handicap placard for my car, so when I pick her up and take her to appointments, we can easily get in and out. I've been trying for the last 6 months to get a handicap sign installed in front of my mother's home. I've gone through what I thought were all the legal ways to go, and the requirements for a handicap sign, they tell me that I need a letter from her doctor on his letterhead. My mom went to the doctor last week, and she told the doctor what she needed. He told her, he says, I have no letterhead. It's 2004.
what?
He said he has no letterhead. He said it's 2014. People don't write letters. So what he did was he took his prescription pad that he has his name, his ID number, all his information, and he put that information, or he wrote a note about my mother's condition on this prescription pad. I took it to the Board of Works, or to the street department. They refused to even look at me. The lady there, she threw her hands up in the air and she said, I told you the other day that this wouldn't work. So then I went to the mayor's office and I asked if there was anything that the mayor could do for me. The mayor suggested I come and speak to you guys.
Ma'am, do you have a copy of the,
I have copies of everything.
Do you have your mother's address on that and everything?
the doctor wouldn't even, he doesn't. Okay.
yeah, that's a, whoop, that's,
Did you present this to the street department, the secretary there, Ron, to handle this?
ma'am, what's the address?
There's no side driveway.
He's on the corner, she's the second house in the corner.
She's in a wheelchair? Walker? See, why they wouldn't accept that?
We, we'll see if this gets to, the street department and gets expedited. I just want to take a copy of this. Councilman Higgs, is the council secretary working today?
She sure is.
Would you mind having her make a copy of this to help this young lady out? I have the address front and back, if you would.
Certainly, I work for you now. My man.
Your friend.
Tell me when the plan commission is.
No, I'll make it.
Anyone else in the public like to address the board? This is your opportunity.
Hear none, see none.
Motion adjourned?
Motion and second, ayes have it.